Hey friends, welcome to the session. And of course, this particular session, I'm going to explain the importance of the Python for data science. And moreover, most important aspect, friends, you need to decide whether you go with the data science aspects or machine learning engineer, or else you want to become a deep learning engineer, or else AI architect or AI engineer. Like that, many aspects are there. So now what I'm doing here is, friends, let me give you a clear picture on why Python we need to use for the data science. That is the first aspect we'll see in this video. And thereafter, we'll try to understand the data science, machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence. Now we are talking about the generative AI. All these aspects were there now. So that let us have a look on that. Okay, right. So fundamentally, friends, Python, which is a simple programming language, which I would say like a script kind of thing, where in a plain English. Okay. In the next lecture, we are going to talk about how to code and how do we utilize the Python programming to write the programs and all. We'll see. So just these are all top reasons where it is simple to use, and then powerful libraries, with the simple and simple imports. Okay, you can make use of the kind of the aspects with respect to the powerful libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Scikit-learn, TensorFlow, PyTorch. In the coming lectures, we'll see all these things in a elaborated way. And then community support. Many developers were there, like as a data scientist, machine learning engineers, AI architects. All people will support us. Okay, in terms of if you have any kind of the doubts or clarifications. Prototyping. Most importantly, nowadays we are looking for faster developments. Okay, clients are looking for faster developments. Business is expecting the speedy development of the programming and all. Clients are also eager to get their product as early as possible. So that the point is, friends, how fast we develop from idea to solution. So for that, Python is a suitable programming language, and integration with various data tools, like in the course, just we are going to talk about SQL, some sort of the big data tools, and then a few Excel APIs, dashboards, all those things. It is very easy for a developer to integrate Python and as well as all these tools as I mentioned. So these are all few reasons, and we have seen the top reasons. And the most importantly, friends, if you consider the industry use cases, like Netflix use Python for content recommendation. Suppose you choose any movie, obviously the corresponding the relevant movies in the same liner, in the same genre, you can Netflix will give the recommendations. Spotify uses Python for music analysis and as well as the user behavior modeling. So like the kind of the users, maybe 25 to 30 years users, which are all the playlist they are preferring, and people from 18 to 24, which are all the playlists they are preferring. So all these kind of the conventions you can consider as the use case. Okay, so simple. This particular thing we observed why Python is efficiently helpful. All these kind of data scientists, machine learning engineers, for the sake of handling the use cases like Netflix and Spotify, etc. Now let us talk about the conventions of. See, first we need to understand what exactly the kind of the data science, and how do you differentiate a data scientist, machine learning engineer, deep learning engineer, etc. So, friends, data science is extracting useful insights from raw data using statistics, programming, and as well as the visualization. So, the process of collecting, cleaning, analyzing, and as well as the visualizing the data to discover patterns and insights. For example, if I'm considering the customer chain, suppose I'm having a product, and I'm having a certain customer base. Okay, assume that I am doing the business to business model. So now the point is, friends, here I am having the data of my product and as well as the clients. Now, basis on this particular data, I should able to get the insights of the data. Insights of the data. Insights means what exactly the data is conveying to us and all those things. And then with the help of some programming and as well as the statistical modeling and as well as the visualizations, friends, visualization is one of the important aspect where out of these particular thing, how do you generate the kind of the charts and understanding the appropriate insights of the data in the form of the visuals. So the entire process of collecting the data, analyzing the data and visualizing the data comes under the category of the data science. And similarly, creating the dashboards for the business decisions like, sales. Okay, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 kind of the sales are there. So just we need to project those particular sales reports and as well as the how we performed so far to the business and sales forecasting and as well as the retail business using the sales data to predict inventory needs and then healthcare predicting. Okay, nowadays, friends, in healthcare also we are heavily using the data science. So data science is something which is collecting the data and as well as insights from that particular data using statistical analysis and as well as the programming, and nicely we are going to visualize that particular data. Now, if I'm talking about, like machine learning, okay, which is a slightly different thing, friends. Uh, if you refer the machine learning, of course, is a subset of the artificial intelligence where machines learn from the data to make predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed. So the point is, machine learning, of course, is a part of this particular artificial intelligence. And before learning or before understanding machine learning, we should see what do you mean by artificial intelligence. So it's a kind of machine simulating human intelligence. Like, friends, like how we are thinking and in what way we are performing the computing, all those things, this artificial intelligence is try to imitate the human being. See, simple definition. Na? The broader concept of the machines simulating human intelligence. Okay, that is maybe in terms of machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, okay, NLP kind of the techniques. So the best use case is, every website if you open, maybe if I'm considering any client website, just there, we are nowadays we are giving the chatbots for customer service. Okay, rather than connecting the kind of executives directly, this particular chatbot can give the understanding of okay what exactly at that level of ticketing system and all we are using. Medical diagnosis support system, maybe for the patients, for the initial diagnosis or initial support system. Okay, so for all these kind of thing, AI. So this artificial intelligence is some sort of okay simulating human intelligence. And if you talk about the machine learning, which is of course the subset of the artificial intelligence, where machines learn from the data to make predictions or decisions without being explicitly programmed. Now, the meaning of this particular thing is, friends, suppose if I'm working with any kind of the data, if I'm keep on giving the data to the algorithm is something like which is already there, which is having some sort of the intelligence. Okay, we'll talk about all those things in the due course, friends. So, suppose if I'm having some sort of the data, if I'm giving this particular data to some sort of the algorithm, and this algorithm understands the data and give certain kinds of the results or understanding or insights. So this is going to give the predictions actually. It's going to expect something and what is the outcome. All these things comes under the category of the machine learning. And fraud detection in banks. Sometimes, friends, where if I'm using the credit card in USA and immediately in the next hour, if I'm using that particular credit card in India, so immediately you will get some kind of the call from the bank and they suspect the activity. And even otherwise also, friends, if you are doing regularly maybe 2.5 lakh and 3 lakh purchase or you are doing in a monthly basis, but whereas suddenly it goes to some 10 lakh or 15 lakh, immediately you'll receive a call from the corresponding bank. So in all those kind of the situations, this fraud detections and all machine learning will be used. And product recommendation on Amazon and as well as the spam email filtering. All these use cases in detail we'll see, but now we are understanding the kind of what is artificial intelligence, what do you mean by machine learning and all. Now again a deep learning, which is a subset of ML. Now you see friends, AI, okay, within that we got this ML. Again within that ML we got this deep learning. So now you see all these things representing the same kind of thing. In the superset, if I'm talking, ML is a subset and deep learning again is a subset. Now this deep learning is something like which is very very important friends, neural networks, and which is having some kind of the many layers. It mimics like human brain, how our neurons works and all those kind of the things. The best use case, Tesla, self-driving cars, face recognition in smartphone. If you use our iPhone and all, just it is keep on learning from multiple things. Like if room is dark, also just it enables the kind of the face recognition and voice assistants like Siri and Alexa. So these things are comes under the category of the deep learning models. And most importantly, friends, everywhere you might have heard about this particular generative AI. Generative AI is some, which is a very commonly used technique nowadays, maybe in terms of prompt engineering and all these things, chat GPT kind of thing. Now, just I am taking this particular generative AI. So a type of artificial intelligence that can create new content, maybe that is a text, image, music, code, whatever the trained data we are having, and by learning patterns from massive data sets. Okay, maybe if you want to start your own business, you want to get some ideas, or you want to test your prototype, or you want to run, or you want to execute some code, or you want to generate some code. For all these things, email writing, scripts, writing codes, creating original artwork, and generating some synthetic data for simulations, all these kind of the things. Friends, I'm stopping here. So in the next session, we'll be dealing with what are all the requirements and how do you decide whether you go with the deep learning, machine learning, artificial intelligence, all these kind of the things. Okay. In the next session, we'll talk about the all those aspects. Thank you.